Hello friends, welcome to a new edition of our webinar. I am Shumay Goswami welcoming you all on behalf of Proficient. Today it is 2nd of November 2018, it's Friday and market closed a little while ago, and here we are meeting today to take a stock of the situation. As you know, this week market saw some big movement, and it's a good week overall. But we have doubt whether we are really out of the woods as yet. But before we come to our weekly opinion on Nifty, let me take a quick look at other markets, global markets, and what the commodity sectors are doing. Then I am coming back to our domestic market. First of all, let me show you the chart of gold, and something very exciting occurred in the chart of gold because dollar showed some strong weakness today, and that caused gold to rise up, and gold actually closed yesterday at $1238 per ounce, and there is a possibility that the short-term uptrend that gold saw from second week of October is likely to continue. Gold in a very high possibility has made an intermediate bottom at around 1190 odd levels, and right now it is trending higher. There are some overhang resistance, mainly the resistance of 200-day moving average, which is at 1274 region as of now. But we believe 1260 is a legitimate target for gold, and we recommend to trade gold from the long side, and declines can be used as buying opportunities. So that's what is happening in gold, and crude is showing some continuous weakness, and this is the daily chart of crude in our MCX. As you can see, prices are now trading at around 4610 or 11 odd levels, and the top was made in the first week of October, and after that there was no meaningful pullback, and prices actually coming down. Although in the larger scheme of things, this is actually a pullback of the primary uptrend. But of course, for a short term, crude oil has given strong selling opportunities, and right now we cannot see any signs of pullback, although it is oversold. But since the short-term trend is down, we cannot recommend at this moment to buy crude on weakness, because we do not know how far this weakness will be extended. And so far we can see resistance at 4750 odd levels, and also at 4820 levels. So if crude oil gives some pullback, we can sell this commodity with a overall stop loss at around 4900 odd levels, and above 4990 or above 4985, that is what I am talking about for the November future. The intermediate downtrend will likely be reversed. That will give some short-term pullback for crude oil. So unless that happens, crude oil will remain weak, and all rises will be selling opportunities. Now, having said that, let us come to the um, our domestic market. This is the weekly chart of Nifty, as you can see, and this week saw some extremely strong movement of nearly 500 points. So this is exactly what kind of movement we can see in a protracted downtrend. Now, even today, markets were strong, and we closed at around 10,550 with some 150 points of rise being registered. Now, does it mean that the worst is over? It is difficult to say as of now, but probability or the weightage of events are still stacked in favor of the bears. There are several reasons, of course. Uh, First of all is that prices are still trading below most of the important moving averages, namely 200-day or 50-day. All these moving averages are still above the price. So these moving averages will work as resistance. 200-day moving average right now is trading at around 10,765 odd levels. So as long as prices are moving below this moving average, we have to say that overall trends are down. But also we know that uh, pullbacks do occur, and so far it is a sort of pullback. The October third week high was made at around 10,710 odd levels. So if Nifty manages to go past that level next week, then only that will be the first sign that the intermediate downtrend could be reversing. Before that, there is no reason to believe that the worst is past. So although there was a pullback from 10,000 levels to 10,550 levels, but yes, Nifty has historically recorded these kinds of pullbacks in past bear markets. I can tell about the bear market of 2011 or 2013, and all those bear markets. You can see for yourself that these kinds of pullbacks were pretty regular. So the odds are still in favor of the bears, as I told you, and uh, we are not expecting as of yet that the bear market is over. Then if the bear market is not over, then should we sell now, or should we wait for weakness? Now these are different trading strategies that you have to take care of by yourself. uh, for me, I will wait for some weakness to creep in. Unless there is some weakness, maybe the present strength continues and prices go past 10,710 or 20 odd levels. So I'm not going to sell on strength. I will rather wait for the momentum to dissipate, and I will rather wait for some weakness to come before I will initiate fresh short position in Nifty. Now the level that cannot be told as of now. Uh, the level is progressively rising, and we will try to acquaint traders when the situation comes over our WhatsApp message. As of now, if 10,440 kind of level gets broken, that will be the first signal that the downtrend is resuming. And you can also track every day's low. So Uh, Thursday's low was at 10,340 levels. Today's low is at 10,457 levels. Uh, as long as these lows are getting progressively higher, we cannot say that the momentum has been wind out, and that is not the time to sell. But when there is a violation of previous day's low, I cannot say when that will happen. That can happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day. That will be the signal to, or in a crude method. There can be some sophistication, but yeah, that will be some signal of some shorting opportunity, because the stop loss will be clearly defined and the risk can be clearly defined at that level. For the overall uptrend to return, we definitely have to see prices go past the 50-day and the 200-day moving averages, and that will be, yeah, that will be late, but that will be more of a confirmatory signal. So unless that happens, we cannot give any official bullish view, so the bearish view remains, and we are recommending Nifty to sell when the current momentum gets wind out. As far as stocks are concerned, this is the daily chart of our dollar in terms of rupee that is traded in NSE. After a very long period, today we saw some extreme weakness, and actually prices closed at 72.63, and going forward we are expecting the short-term weakness to continue in USD INR. So yeah, as far as the stocks are concerned, there are some sporadic movements in stocks, and certain stocks are looking good even at this level, but I do not know whether it will be good to trade them for the longer term. Yeah, it is good to trade them for short term. Uh, Bajaj Finance, in the NBFC sector, Bajaj Finance happens to be the strongest stock, and we can trade it from the long side for a short term. Hindustan Unilever also, it is gaining some momentum, and it almost never violated the 200-day moving average. It took a support from there, and only today it went past above its 50-day moving average as well. So this is another stock to keep an eye on, and mm, we can see, yeah, we can see Havells as well. Havells also closed above the 200-day and 50-day moving average. So if actually Nifty goes past the 10,720 mark, then these stocks will likely outperforming the overall index. That is where we can see some relative outperformance. And these stocks I am not recommending to trade for a long period of time. These may be some short-term momentum, and if really Nifty violates 10,440 or something like that early next week, then I don't think these short-term momentums will continue for long enough. So you have to trade carefully. You have to trade with stop loss, and always you have to take care of your risk, manage your risk, because trading is all about risk management. It is less about prediction and more about risk management. And next week there is a holiday, and on behalf of Proficient, I wish you Shubho Deepavali, and let's see how Nifty pans out. There will be Murat trading. We do not know the timing as yet. Let's see some good things happen in the market over the next week, and let's meet up next week. Goodbye. Thank you.